चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें, कुछ सीखें, कुछ नाम करें, चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें, कुछ तुम सीखो, कुछ मैं सीखूं, कुछ तुम जानो, कुछ मैं जानूं, मिलजुल कर नए कमाल करें, चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें। चलो बिजली बनाए, चलो कार बनाए, हंसता खेलता परिवार बनाए, ओ दुनिया में देश का नाम करें। चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें। चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें, कुछ तुम सीखो, कुछ मैं सीखूं, नए युग को नया प्रणाम करें, चलो काम करें। तुम दा ना 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 दे रे ना, तुम दा ना ना दे रे ना, तुम दा ना ना दे रे ना, तुम दा ना ना दे रे ना।
चलो सीखें एक नया हुनर और चलें काम पर स्किल इंडिया के साथ, जिसकी पहल हो रही है प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना से।
चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें, चलो काम करें।
Hi, Guy. What we are seeing is that in the first half of this year, when the lockdowns was more severe, the impact on economies was worse than we had anticipated in April. So that was one factor. The second factor is that because there is still no medical solution to this crisis, we are expecting much more persistent social distancing into the second half of this year. So the combination will then have an impact for growth potential for economy.
The spread of the coronavirus, COVID-19, has been a major shock to the growth prospects of the global economy and the euro area economy.
Labor force, and then everybody else who's left in, it appears they got a wage increase. This is obviously really not the true picture of the labor market right now.
Also, Jill, worth pointing out that unemployment benefits and guidelines
percentage point. So far, the pandemic has resulted in almost 9,000 deaths worldwide, and the number of coronavirus patients in India has reached more than 165. Workplace efforts to contain the outbreak are raising a new set of questions. That how will it change the
So very good morning to everyone present here, and we wholeheartedly welcome you for the day 9 session, communication skills. We will start in a short while when other participants have joined. Next couple of minutes, we'll start the session. Preethi ma'am, are you ready ma'am? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Just check the whether the screen is working, sharing.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Just will check it. We'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we'll start.
Okay.
Good morning, all.
The screen is visible, sir.
You have started sharing? Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Stop sharing. Is it okay?
Okay.
Stop sharing.
Second, sir.
Stop sharing. Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So participants, all the course materials have been uploaded in the Moodle. Today morning, our department faculty has shared the user ID and password. You can go to that and you can download it. And there will be some discussion forum, quizzes. Once you complete everything, we will certificates. Okay. Tomorrow is the last day. By Saturday, Sunday, we'll have all this discussion forum, quizzes. We'll complete it. By Monday, we will be dispatching all the skills. It's okay. Since this is in a certificate course, as per UGC, assessment has to be done. So kindly cooperate with us. That's why. Murugan sir, anything you want to share regarding this? Murugan sir, you want to share anything regarding Moodle? Couple of minutes, so that participants can join. And participants, if you have any issues in accessing our LMS Moodle, after this session, we'll give option in the WhatsApp. You can share your views, and it will be solved by our department. Okay. At any time, you can also mail to the official mail which is given to you, and the WhatsApp also. It's okay. And our department faculties will be in touch with you. They will be supporting you. That's all. Valan, shall we start, Valan?
Sir, we can start, sir.
Once again, a warm welcome to everyone present here. Day 9, or almost it's like a marathon. Tomorrow we are going to ending a session. I thank some of the few participants. On Sunday also they were eagerly waiting whether we will be sending a link or not. So this shows that how you are connected with life skill program. A warm welcome to everyone present here, my dear participants, my dear faculty members, my dear students, and my dear co-colleagues. I'm very happy to welcome today's resource person from our department, Professor Preethi Malar, Preethi Priya Malar. She's going to submit our PhD thesis very soon. Welcome, ma'am, and do wonders. And on behalf of BBA department. I welcome everyone for the day 9 session on communication skill. Over to Valan.
Thank you, sir. As Sir gave an introduction to the day 9, it is one of the most important day for us and all of us participating today, because the topic is very precise: communication skill. Because without communication, the world will not function properly. And we also found a very appropriate and a suitable person who can give us a lot on this particular skill, that is communication skill. So without much delay, I would like to welcome Preethi ma'am to take over the session. Thank you. Welcome, Preethi ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Valan sir, for your work. Shall I share my screen, sir?
You can start.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is this visible, sir?
Yes, yes, this is visible.
Yeah, okay. Yes, good morning to all, and I welcome you all for the day 9 session on communication skills with regard to LSRW. The University Grants Commission has given direction to the universities and colleges to conduct such courses called such courses like communication skills and many other skills which is required for the students to meet the global challenges. So the communication skills is very important for the today's students to enhance your skills and to meet your global opportunities. Yes, we'll move on to the presentation. Yes, before I would like to start the session, just I'll take 2 minutes to refresh your minds. Yes, by using the 6-letter word COLGATE, Colgate, make as many words as possible from Colgate. I request the participants to make the words, put it in the chat box. By using the 6 letters, you can make a words. Let's see how many words you could build. This is a word building game. I request all the participants to build the words by using the 6-letter words. You just type in the chat box.
As of now, Josna, the Shaira, sorry. Can you read the? Are you seeing the chat box?
One second.
Preethi ma'am, are you seeing the chat box?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. So, as of now, Elvin has given 4 to 5 words. Vilas Gowda, he has given more 4 words.
Good, good, sir.
I can read that words: locate, T, gate, goal, goal, G-O-L, goal, at, get, cat, T. From Vaishnavi, lot, at. From Josna, eat, ate, gate, tag. So many people are pop-upping. They put that
Yes.
many words have been created now.
Yes, very good, all the participants. Yes, thank you very much for your support. Okay, so by using this 6-letter words, how many words could be built up? I'll show you. Yes, there is a possibility to make 30 words by using the 6-letter word. So that is go, gate, goat, ago, log, cat, eat, ate, get, got, let, age, tail, tea, toe, tag, leg, at, toe, ego, act, caught, coal, lot, tag, late, gel, alley, and locate, alto. Yes, by using this 6-letter word, you can able to make 30 words. So this is the big activity which is I suggested to you to build up. Yes, thank you very much for all the participants. Yes, for my session's agenda will be what is communication. We'll see the first part. Next, we'll move on to the why communication skills are important for today's pandemic situation. We'll tell you, and the goals of communication skills and the various types of communication, and what are the barriers, what are the obstacles that we may face during the communication process. That is the barriers to communication, and especially 4 modules, which is LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And finally, I'm going to tell you what are the tips to improve your good communication skills. Apart from that, I could suggest some good books. Yes, we'll move on to the topic first. Yes, what is communication? Yes, it is an exchange of information. Yes, it is that two persons can be involved in the process of communication, means one can send the information and the other one can receive the information. It is an exchange of information from one to another. So that is the first concept. And it is also an art of being understood. So if someone is saying something or communicating something, whether it should be able to understand by the audience or not. So that is a thing that should be happening between the sender and receiver. And for example, if during the communication process, we may use to converse with people. For example, here one boy will communicate with one girl. The boy says that, "Hi Rose, where are you going?" And the girl replied, "To the park, Jack." So this is the way you can communicate with others, by raising questions, by answering the questions, you can communicate each other. And the communication will help you to fill the gap between the sender and the receiver. So this is all about your communication. And next, communication skills. So why communication skills are important? Yes, of course, it plays an important role in shaping an individual's life, personal as well as professional life. As an individual, if you want to meet your friends or if you want to meet your colleagues or your relatives, do you want to say something? It should be in a meaningful manner. So that you need, as a personal life, you need some communication skills to communicate your thoughts to your beloved ones. And as a professional student or professional teacher, being a good communicator, you can communicate your points, views, thoughts to your students or your audience. So the communication plays an important role as a person's life as well as a professional life. Next one is success in life to considerable extent depends on effective communication skills. It does not mean that everybody has a good communication skills, effective communication skills. Some may have high and some may have low. It should be balanced between each other. So the success of a life will be depends on how you're communicating the words. It is very, very important by giving speech in front of mass audience. So the success will depends on your communication skills. The next part, in today's world of computers and digital media, a strong communication skill base is essential for learners and for smooth functioning of an organization. Of course, take an example of organization. If the top management, there are 3 levels of management. As a business student, you may know the top level, middle level, and low level. The top level management will consist of CEOs, managing director, and the middle managers will consist of different department heads and supervisors, and the low level management will deals with the employees of an organization. If the top management wants to communicate any information to the workers, they will not directly communicate. Through the heads, they can communicate the information to the low-level employees. If the employee wanted to report to the management through the heads of the department or their supervisor, they can communicate it to the higher authorities. So this is the way that they can communicate from top to bottom or bottom to top. So in most of the organizations, still they are using this communication process to make the information in an effective way. And next one is, what is the goals? Why communication is important? Yes, of course, your communication will change your behavior. If you are good in communication, then your behavior will be first goal. And with regard to the next one, to get an action. For example, if I'm raising questions to the audience, an audience will respond the questions. So this is the immediate action will be get placed. So this is also one of the goal of the communication. The next one is to ensure understanding. So what the speaker is trying to say, we can able to understand by using verbal communication or non-verbal communication. You can able to understand what the speaker is trying to say. That is your next goal of communication. And to persuade. So make others to do something. That is your persuasion or conversation between 1 and 2. And the next goal is that to get and give information. What are the information you have to pass on, or whatever the information you have to retrieve it, you can exchange your informations under this communication process. So these are the goals that deals with your communication. And next stations, namely verbal, non-verbal, written, and visualization. So verbal communication, as a students, everybody knows by using words. So face-to-face contact. Maybe, for example, in interview, the recruiter will ask the questions to the interviewer will ask the questions to the interviewee. This is call it as a face-to-face communication. Whereas telephone, by using telephone mode, each will converse. This is known as telephone conversation. So it comes under verbal communication. Whereas non-verbal communication, your body languages and gestures must be important. It will be dealt in the next session. Will tell you, the next resource person will tell you about non-verbal communication by tomorrow. And the written communication by using books, magazines, and email. During your class timings, how many books during your graduate timing period, how many books you have read and how many magazines you have read to gain your knowledge, to gain your information. And through the email chats and email, sending messages to the people and receiving messages from the people. So it will tells you what type of communication you may have. It may be your oral communication, or it may be your written communication. It may be your formal communication or informal communication. Of course, formal communication will be dealt within the organization, or sometimes it may be with outside the organization. But informal communication takes place when friends were chatting each other. The informal communication will take place. And the next part is the visualization. So visualization, it is not at all related with oral communication or written communication or non-verbal communication, which it is something that should be represented as a graph, image, or pictures. Okay, so by seeing the pictures, you can able to understand what the image is going to convey an information. That is your graphs, charts, and maps. Take an example of Google Map. In which place you wanted to move from here to Chennai. So the Google Map will tells you the directions through some graphical representation. So this is known as visualization type of communication. And the next one is barriers to communication. Of course, in human life, we tend to have barriers, obstacles for any activity. So in the process of communication also, you may have some barriers, some obstacles, so problems to communicate the information with one another. The first problem may be noise, the external noise or internal noise, the sounds, the unwanted sounds will disturb you. It will break the communication between from one person to another person. And the next thing is inappropriate medium. Inappropriate medium in the sense, for example, if I'm the speaker and I have 10 participants in front of me, if I wanted to communicate information to my audience, before I should speak, I must know about the audience languages. Either they are stick it with Hindi medium, Urdu medium, or English medium. Based on that language, medium of language only, I can able to communicate my informations, views, and thoughts to the audience. So before I could speak, before the speaker could speak in front of the audience, they should know about appropriate medium languages known by the audience. Otherwise, it is going to be a bigger problem between the speaker and the audience. The next one is assumptions and misconceptions. Assumptions in the sense, for example, when the speaker starts saying something, you might have your assumption on your mind that I know about this person. The wrong assumptions. Maybe the person will not be give live examples. The past experience about the speaker will judge this in your mind that this session is going to be not useful for me. So the wrong assumptions will make you to break your communication process between the sender and the receiver. And the next part is emotions. So emotions, sometimes we may cry, sometimes we feel very happy, sometimes we feel very tired, very bored. So due to your inner thinking and your internal thinking, it will make you to disturbs your communication, listening process from the speaker. And language differences. Language differences in the sense, each one of us can have different mother tongue. And everybody is well aware of their mother tongue. If they wanted to learn any new languages, definitely there is going to be a big differences. So that the language differences will break the communication channel. So in order to avoid that, you must learn the language properly. Then you can go ahead with your points. You can go ahead with your thoughts to the audience. And poor listening skills. Poor listening skills in the sense, if you have interest, you can listen the words from the speaker. If you don't have interest, better don't listen anything, because your poor listening skills will help you to go in a wrong way. So if you want to move in a right way, if you want to go to achieve your ambition, goals based on your life situations, Please be a good listener for what others are doing, what others are saying. Otherwise, it will break the communication. And the last one is distractions. If I'm ready to listen what the speaker is trying to say, but the children in a home will disturb us, or some other people, the friends will, at the time only, the friends will chat with you or talk with you. So if you avoid that, communication will get breaking. So these are the barriers that generally occurs in the organization or generally occurs in the common forum. If you avoid this, you can get much knowledge from the communications. And the next one is before go to the modules, I would like to ask a few questions regarding the pictorial. I request the audience to see the picture. You can combine the picture and say a word. You can find out what is the word it is. The first image and the second image. You can connect the pictures and say your answers.
Damodani, YouTube.
Yes, exactly. Very good. Excellent, Damodani. Thank you. The next picture. The first image and the second image. You can combine it. You can get a beautiful word. Any other participants, can you try it?
Students asking clue, ma'am.
Clue.
And
it is related to weather conditions. Weather conditions.
Put in the chat box. Okay, put in the chat box.
Dr. Srinivasan raised his hand. Yes, sir, you can speak, sir.
Season.
Season. Yes, exactly. Right. Who said, sir?
Dr. Srinivasan. Congrats, Srinivasan, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, the next picture. Any other answers from different participants?
Give time. Sure. WhatsApp.
Okay. WhatsApp. Exactly. Thank you. Very good.
Soundarya.
Soundarya. Thank you, Soundarya.
Yeah,
Correct answer. Okay. Thank you. Yes, it is a very, very important point that I wanted to convey it. With regard to communication skills, there are 4 modules under the communication skill: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. As a student, first, you must be a good listener from your teacher. Whatever the teacher says, try to grab the points from the teacher. The quotes, here I can give a given one quote. We are given 2 ears, but only one mouth, because listening is twice as hard as talking. So with this quote, I would like to start my point, that is listening. Whatever you hear, that must be more than your talking. You should minimize your talking level, you must minimize your speech, but you should hear much than the talking skills. So here, techniques of effective listening. So how could you listen effectively? I would suggest, if someone is speaking in front of you, you just try to see their, you just try to maintain the eye contact and what the speaker is trying to say. You just keenly watch their mouth. You can keenly watch their eyes, what they're trying to say. That is the biggest technique to have a good listening process from the speaker. And listening and comprehension. So in your listening process, first you just maintain the eye contact and you just maintain the situation. You just understand the situation, in which situation the speaker is trying to convey his information. And after that, you can comprehend the listening processes. Whatever you hear, you just make it as a notes. You just make a note. You just take down the points what the listener is trying to say, and after that, you just with that hint, you can make a paragraph, you can make a sentences, then you can came to know this information was exactly given by the speaker. So this is the way you could listen the words from the speakers. And next one is probing questions. At what time you can pose the questions? Maybe the speaker will allow you to ask the questions at the end of the time, at the end of the situation, or at the end of the time period. They will give some time to ask the questions from the audience. So at the time you can post your questions, you can ask your questions. So during that communication, during that process of during that speaking time, you should not interrupt with the speaker. You just wait for your time. They will give time to ask the queries. You can post your queries. So that is your next thing. And the last one is barriers to listening. So as I said, no, the previous experience about the speaker will fix in your mind that this is not going to be useful for you. So in this wrong way, you cannot listen the words which is given by the speaker. So you might be conscious, be confident, have a confidence that whatever the speaker is trying to say, it should be praiseworthy. It should be something useful to you. So like that, you can fix it in your mind and you can go to the listening process. And I have to give, I'll give 7 tips for effective listening. So how could you listen effectively? The step 1, face the speaker and maintain eye contact. So as I said earlier, no, face the speaker. So what is going to say, that is the first step. And maintain eye contact. If someone is speaking in front of you, you should not see with the outside. You should not see with some other people. You should maintain your eye contact with the speaker. That's a good way to listen to improve your listening skills. And second step is be attentive but relaxed. Attentive in the sense you should focus on your speaker's point of view. Should not switch over to some other points, or you should not think some other else. For example, if somebody is speaking to you, you should not think that what is my today's lunch and what about my tomorrow's breakfast. You should not think like that. You just give your full attention towards the speaker. And the step 3, keep an open mind. You should not think too much in your mind. You just have a relaxed and peaceful mind. Whatever the situation you meet and whatever the person you met, what he's going to convey. For example, if you're meeting your friends during this pandemic situation, if somebody is asking, how are you, how was your health, na? You can give concentration towards that. You can respond to the questions asked by the friends. So this is the way you can, at the time you should not think too much on your studies, too much on your job opportunities. You just converse each other in an open mind. And the step 4, listen to the words and try to picture out what the speaker is saying. If I'm saying, if a speaker is saying something to you, what exactly is conveying his words? You just picture out. For example, if you're seeing, imagine this is the rainy season. So at the time you can imagine, like immediately the rain comes, you're standing under the rain. And if you have an umbrella, he's saying that if you have an umbrella, so either you can use or either you want to dance with the rain. If somebody is saying like this, now you can imagine it. Yes, immediately the rain comes, I'm standing under the rain and I never use umbrella. I wanted to dance. You just imagine the picture out the image, picture out the speaker's words so that you can able to grab the points what he's going to convey. And step 5, don't interrupt and don't impose your solutions. So you just wait for your time to raise questions and ask the speaker to speak at the end, allow them to speak at the end of the time period alone. And step 6, wait for the speaker to pass and ask clarifying questions. So here the speaker will sometimes speakers wants to hear the responses from the audience, so that in between the speech he will allow the audience to speak. So at the time you can speak, you can raise your questions. Otherwise, wait for your turn and you can raise questions. And last one is ask questions only to ensure understanding. So don't raise silly questions. You just understand the concept, then you can make a questions. That too, if you have any doubts, you can ask questions. Otherwise, you should not make silly questions to the speakers. It will get irritated to the speakers. So understand the situation, understand the concepts, then you can raise the questions. And next one is, these are the websites to improve your listening skills that I would suggest. Speech Yard. So Speech Yard is something, it is like video websites. So in this website, if you click on the video, the words and phrases will come. So if you click on the phrase or words, you will get the translations. So what exactly the word is. If you don't understand what the speaker is saying, then you can click on the word. Immediately the translation comes, and you can able to understand the concepts and things from the speaker. The next website that I would suggest is ESL Video, eslvideo.com. That is English as a second language video.com. So in this website, it improves the educational resources by having your good listening, by improving your listening skills apart from your doubts. So here there are much activities could be conducted in this website, especially the quiz activities will be conducted. The many teachers will post their quiz questions, and many students will answer the questions and they get their scores and to know their level of English, their English language level. So this website will help you to improve your listening skills. And the next one is Player FM. Player FM, it is like a digital, digital file. So in this digital file, it is like a MP3 video file. So in this video, the subtitles will be displayed under the video. If you don't understand what the words is said by the speaker, then you can able to understand by seeing that subtitle. So subtitles will always help you to understand the conversation from the video. So this is a good website that I would suggest as a students. You can log into the website. These websites are sign up for free. There is no charges for this websites. You can use freely and you can register. You can enjoy your learning activities through these days. And the Vivo screen, and Vivo screen is it is also video screen only, and it helps you to improve your English skill on your own. The short video clips will be available in this website. So in this website, lot of learning activities, exercises could be conducted in this website. You can take part in it and grab the knowledge and you can improve your listening skills. The next one is Ello. So Ello, it is also one of the website called to improve your listening skill. And it is to if you want to learn, if you want to listen something, it will make you, it will be very effective. It will make some fun of you and you can enjoy the process of listening here. So in this case, the listening exercises will tells you, for example, during that 5 minutes, what is your level of understanding? And after seeing the video of 10 minutes video, what is your output? And after seeing the 2 minutes video, what is your output? You can test your listening capacity in this websites. So these are the 5 websites are free to browse to get informations to improve your listening skills. And with regard to next one is speaking. So speaking, it is not alone one who speaks fluently, one who speaks clearly. It is all about the audience. Either the audience should get the points from the speaker. That is very, very important. Otherwise, speaking will be not effective. So under speaking, it is very, very important to have pronunciation. So pronunciation is in the sense, it could be varied from one person to the another person. It is not everybody will pronounce the word. It is called ISLAND, island. Some may produce island. It is very wrong. The right word to pronounce is island. So this is the way pronunciation could be varied. It is not like that. If I'm comfortable with Island, I should pronounce Island. It should not be like that. You have to pronounce the right tone, the right pronunciation as a island. Next one is enunciation. So enunciation is nothing. It is to speak clearly. Whatever the points you wanted to convey, you should speak clearly. For example, some may say February, and from some may say February. So it is the right time to pronounce the word February as February. So this is the way you can pronounce your word. And next one is vocabulary. So vocabularies as a grammar part, the parts of the body of the words is important. So in this vocabularies, there are much sentences, and you can use as a day-to-day practice. Every day you can write down 5 vocabularies, and you just search out the meanings, and you can make use as a sentences, and you can convey it with others. So this is the way you can practice to improve your speaking skills. And fluency. So for fluency, you need to have some tongue twister activities. For example, I would say one activity. 5 funny Frenchmen flew from France. So this is one of the activity to improve your fluency. So some may say 5 funny Frenchmen flew from France. So likewise, you have to practice every day to improve your fluency. The fluency, the pronunciation will tells you how you are a good speaker. So that while speaking to the common forum or to somebody else, you need to keep in mind that you could have pronounced the word with proper manner and enunciated proper manner, and vocabularies you used is very, very important, and the fluency level is also very, very important. And the common errors in the sense, if when you're talking to the common forum, you should not use ouch like that. You can avoid the informal words in front of the mass audience. So these common errors could be removed from the speaking point of view. So as a speaker, if you want to improve your speaking skills as a student, kindly take part in the activities conducted by college or any other of your college or any other colleges. Take part in speech competition, take part in the storytelling at the beginning or in your school ages, when you're in schoolings, you may take part in storytelling competition. That is a good attitude, that is a good practice that you could improve your speaking skills. If not, kindly practice it now. There is no problem in it. As a college student, how can I practice as a storytelling competition? You can practice on your own. Take a selfie video. You can practice every day. It will help you to have a good speaking skills. So these are the things that is very important under speaking. And how to improve your speaking skills? I would suggest record yourself when you're by your lonesome. You have no reason to be nervous. You can let your brain flow freely. So record yourself. So everybody now in today's world, every students will have smartphones. So take a selfie. Instead of taking selfie photographs, you can take selfie videos. In that video, you can talk about some important topic. For example, what is the topic which you like most? For example, how do you feel in the morning? You just say something to the video and record it, and after that you can play it, whatever the mistakes you did and whatever the things that you rightly pronounced, you can keep a track on it, and by everyday practice will help you to speak good English. So this is the way you can improve your speaking skills. And the next one is watch TV and movies. Every students will watch TVs and movies. Whether it is going to be useful for you, no, not at all. Watching songs and watching comedies, it is not at all useful for you. So instead of watching TVs and movies in your mother tongue language, you just see it on English channels. If you want to see the movie, watch HBO movies. If you want to see the news, you can watch CNN IBN channel. See how the news reader will pronounce the words. It is not that every words it is spoken by the news reader should be understandable. Some words you can get the points, and some words you should not understand. So at the time you can have your pocket dictionary, or you can have your mobile application. You just see your dictionary, what is the exact meaning of the word, find it, and you can keep it in mind. By the next time you can have the same words in the displays, you can able to answer it. So this is the way you can improve your speaking skills. So here the earliest way to involve yourself in a conversation without actually having one is to watch English TV and movies. People, if advertisement comes, people immediately will switch over to some other program. So instead of watching programs in Tamil, watching programs as entertainment programs, you can have the programs which is communicated with good English and which is have some subtitles. So you can watch it and you can grab the points and you can improve your speaking skills. And the next one is listen to MP3s and podcast and the news. So as I said, the news channels, the Scientific American, CBC, BBC, and Australia's ABC radio are great MP3s to get started with. So better you just watch any foreign channel movies or any foreign channel news. You can get much knowledge about the English communication skills. So if you want to improve your communication skills, watch other languages movies, other languages news channels, so that you can grab the points. Okay. And there are some tips to improve your level of English. So improve English speaking skill. The first rule of speaking English is to learn to speak clearly and concisely. So whatever you could speak, before you speak, you can think whether this word is going to be right or wrong. But do not think after saying that word. You should think before you speak. Okay, and clearly and concisely. You can pronounce the word properly and concisely in the sense whatever the information you wanted to you can communicate to the audience. It should be very short. If too much of informations will confuse the audience, so you should cut short your informations and convey it to the others. So this is the one of the way to improve your speaking skill. And next one is be confident and patient with yourself. Be confident. If you don't have confidence in that word, better you don't say. If you're saying the word with in a dull voice, in a very doubtful way, then audience also will get confused. So that if you have confidence, you can speak. Otherwise, practice yourself for some time and take your own time. Then you can go for your speaking. You can improve your speaking skills. And patience with yourself. Don't get tensed and don't get panic to communicate something. You just wait, relaxed, and you can communicate it. And next one is start a conversation with strangers in English. I could say in a classroom learning, students will have groupisms among the friends and among the students. So as a Tamil medium student will not speak to the English. I'm sorry to say this, as a Tamil medium student will get afraid from the English medium students because they are speaking very good English, we can't. So don't have such kind of stupid attitude in your mind. You just avoid it. Have the habit of speaking everybody with good English. You can make corrections every day. You can have friendship with, as a Tamil medium student, have friendship with English medium student. And English medium students will not hesitate that I could not tell you how could you speak English. Everybody will help you to speak good English, so that have the friendship with other medium language students, so that it will help you to improve your speaking skills. And find English speaking friends and talk with them. So as I said, no, English medium, English speaking friends. If you are from Tamil medium, the another one also from Tamil medium, then automatically your mother tongue comes, you will not improve yourself. So try to interact with others, try to get friendship with other language medium students so that you can improve your languages. And record your own voice and ask close friends and people for advice. Of course, the people whom you may have trust, you just ask them. For example, if I wanted to deliver one speech for tomorrow morning's good morning from tomorrow morning, so the people whom I have trust, I could ask him to my home, and I will, or else through phones, I can communicate him. I can say a few words regarding the topic. You can ask the advice from the peer people, the senior people, or which faculty do you like most. You just have the conversation with the faculty, and all the faculties will help you to improve your speaking skills. And the next module is reading. So reading is a good attitude and good habit to improve your entire communication skill. As much you read and as much you get the knowledge. So if you want to improve your knowledge, you must have a good passion on reading. So techniques of effective reading. So while reading, you should not read too fast. You should not read very slow. You should give some, you have to pass some places and you just understand the point. First, as a reader, you should understand the point. Then the others will able to understand the information. So whenever in the library, people used to read very silent, in a silent mode, so that people will get sleepy and they will slept off. So it should not be like that. If you have interest, at the time you can get the book and open it and you can start reading. If it is any important points, you just underline the word, highlights the word with different colors, and take down the notes. Then you can able to understand the information. So this is the way you can read the books. So nowadays people do not have the habit of go to the library and reading the books. Everything is available in smartphones. So instead of going and getting books and reading, you just have the application with your mobile phone. You can start reading the ebooks by using your smartphone itself. So this is a good idea to improve your reading skill. And next one is gathering ideas and information from given text. So whatever the information is given in the textbook, it should be uploaded to your mind. It is up to your interest level. It is up to your passion to read the context. Otherwise, the points will not be get into your minds. So you just keep in mind, you just gather and collected information which is needed. For example, if I wanted to understand about digital marketing, I should go to the library and I have to get back the book and I have to read it and I have to take down the notes. I cannot have all the, what are the things I have read, it should be in my mind. It should not be like that. So all the points, I have to take down the notes as a key point. That key point will help you in remembering the informations, ideas from the given text. And evaluating these ideas and information. So either by reading one passage itself, I can able to understand either this passage is going to convey all the points directly to me or it get confused to me. So you can evaluate. If it is good, if it is okay for you, you can go ahead. Otherwise, pass it and you can ask for somebody's help you to understand the concept, then you can go ahead. And the last one is interpret the text. Interpret the text in the sense, whatever you read, you can start writing on your own. So it will help you to make a word and it will help you to make a sentences. Then it will help you to write big articles in the future. So reading alone will help you as a good teacher to guide you to improve your communication skills. So my suggestion is have the habit of read by every day. Otherwise, you will lost your knowledge. And reading, There is a beautiful quote said by Harry S. Truman. Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. So it clearly says that every reader, there is a chance to become a leader, but every leader cannot be a good reader. So in the day 2 session, one resource person said, Dr. Prasanna sir, he's an advisor, he's an advocate. He said that he would have read 500 books. How much knowledge he is having, how much information he had been delivered on the day 2. It is because of he's a good reader, then exactly he had become a good leader. So I would suggest as a student, start from today onwards, read all the books and read all the informations, whatever you wanted. And tomorrow, definitely you're going to be a big leader. And tips for active reading. So reading, it should have some activity. It should have some active reading. And the important tip that I wanted to give you is underlining and highlighting. As I said earlier, no, underlining and highlighting. If important points comes, underline the word and you can take down and you can make a sentences. So pick out the most important parts, what you are reading, and use different colors to highlight different aspects of what you're reading. So reading itself, so after that, if important points, when I'm reading one page, I have marked 10 important points. That 10 important points I should never forget because I underlined it, because I take down as a note. So I never forget in my life. I would have the habit of maintaining all the informations with a short notes. So have the habit of underlining and highlighting the words while reading the books. And the next tip is note keywords. So keywords, as I said, no, for the entire passage, take any 5 keyword, any 3 keyword. So that keywords will help you to remember and to understand a good points. So here, record the main headings as you read. It is very difficult to remember all the points. So better all the headings you can have a note on it. And use 1 or 2 keywords for each point. For every point, use 1 keyword or 2 keywords to understand the whole sentences. And when you don't want to mark the text, keep folder of notes you make while reading. So better, it should be omitted. You should not give concentration on much. So you should omit the sentences. If it is irrelated to the topic, unwanted things to the topic, you can omit it. And the next one is writing skills. The last part which will tell you about writing skills. So writing is the best way to talk with being interrupted, said by Jules Renaud. So as writing skills, for example, it is like a storytelling. If today's students, while writing answers to the questions, you should have the habit of covering all the points, covering all the concepts. First, you should remember the synopsis, and based on the synopsis, you can elaborate the points. Then you can conclude your information or conclude your points. So this is the way you can write a passage or write an article. And there is the last model, the writing and different modes of writing. How could you write? So as a student, everybody will write the paper, everybody will present it well. But how many people will get good marks? It is because of their concepts. They were understood the concepts and they were clearly mentioned. And some students have the habit of writing the answers with important points. They will underline the words or they will write it in different color pen. They will highlight it. So that habit will helps you to score good marks in your examination. So likewise, while this habit will helps you writing articles for in the futures. So here, writing and different modes of writing, I should mention a few points that clearly state the claims. So clearly state in the sense, if I wanted to write one poem about nature, so under that in that poem, under that nature, I should clearly mention what the nature is and how I feel about the nature. That is a clear statements that I should give. Okay, that is the one thing. The next one is avoid ambiguity, vagueness, unwanted generalizations, and oversimplification of issues. So in this case, if you have any doubts in that particular word, better you should not include it. You should avoid it. So avoid such kind of doubtful words and over confused words. You can avoid it. This is the way you should improve your writing skills. And next one is provide background information. So if I'm writing a poem about nature, the background information is needed. So about the same poem nature, how the previous authors can wrote their scripts. I should read out and I have to get the points and I have to compare with it. What is the gap between from the previous one and the present one? I have to fill the gap. What he doesn't say, I should say here. So this is the way you have to study the background information before you're writing the script. And next one is effectively argue the claim. If you have the proper evidence, you can argue with the claim. Otherwise, please don't go for the arguments while you're writing the essay or writing an articles. And provide evidence for the claim. Of course, if you have evidence, you can raise the questions, you can argue with. Otherwise, you just omit it. And use examples to explain concepts. Nowadays, students are very good because if I want to convey one concepts regarding principles of management, I can give one example of one institute, one company. I assure that 95 students are clearly monitored. What's the example that I should quote it? The same example will be wrote in the exam paper, but they forget about the concept, but examples they won't forget. So you should correlate with concepts and examples. While writing script, you have to explain each and every points with a good example, so that if concepts should not be understood by the audience, with examples, they should clearly understand the points, what they're trying to say. And next one is follow convention. So conventions in the sense, what? You just attract the audience, attract the reader while writing something. You just attract the reader on the same character. For example, if I'm writing one mother's point of view, as a reader, they should realize what is the real mother feel. So that is the attitude you should create. That is the character you should create it while you're writing words, writing the script. And be properly sequenced. So what is the first one I have to quote it, and what's the next one, and what is the future happening? So everything should be ordered one by one. That is a properly sequenced script. And use proper synopsing technique. So in this technique, what you have to do it now, by using, you have to create attention about your words, particular words. So in this word will create much attention from the audience. So the eye-catchy statements can be used by giving the sentences, okay? And be well structured. So how the structure could be followed? It is very, very important in writing. So this is the way that most of the authors can be followed in writing their books, in writing their articles. And the process, how the process can be done in writing to improve your writing skill. So writing is a process of addition. So every day, for example, today I'm writing one passage, tomorrow definitely it is more than one passage, and day after tomorrow, today I'm writing one page. With my knowledge, I can able to write one page. By tomorrow, you can improve your page 2, page 3. Likewise, you can add more points, you can add more knowledge, informations in your writing skills. So this is the way you can improve your writing skills. And the more you add, the more it becomes sharp. So adding points should not be irrelevant to the topic. It should be relevant to the topic. And next one is words in an appropriate order strengthen a sentence. An appropriate order in the sense, it is not alphabetical order. The concepts you were arranged the sequence, no, it should be strengthen your sentences. Some words should not be matched with the sentence. So at the time you can remove that particular word and you can add the good eye-catchy words in the proper sentences. And the last one is inappropriate order collapses here sentence. As I said, no, the inappropriate word, the informal words. While writing a formal description, you should not use ha, ho. It should be avoided. In textbook, you can add it, but while writing for one formal proposal, these informal words can be removed in writing scripts. Okay, and different modes of writing. So nowadays, in olden days, people will send a message through bird, through man, but nowadays technology has emerged so that we tend to have sending mails from one place to the another place. So emails, it is a written document, should be sent through the internet by using internet technology. You can send a text file from one place to the another place. By sending emails, you should have from whom you have to mention about your name and your designation and your role, whatever it may be, and regarding what subject you want to do. Some people will send a mail without any subject. So you have to mention the subject regarding what that document has been sent. So subject is very, very important to send a mail. And the body of the content is very, very important. If you are sending official mails, avoid unnecessary words. It should be in a proper manner. And finally, you have to quote regards from whom you're sending. So you have to mention about yourself and also to the receiver. So it should be clearly mentioned in the email conversation. And next one is proposal writing for high studies. If you wanted to go for apply for your PhD degree or apply for your PDF, you need to have a long proposal. In this proposal state that you have to clearly mention about your topic and what is your objective and what model you wanted to build up, and then what is the outcome and what conclusion that you wanted to conclude, and what about the future happenings. So everything should be clearly stated under the proposal writing for high studies. If it is the high studies, clearly mentioned about the duration. So duration you should mention, and your purposes is very, very important while writing the proposal of high studies. And next one is recording the proceedings of meetings. Of course, if a meeting will be conducted within the campus or outside the campus or through the online, whatever it may be, you have to record the meetings with the proper sentences, proper writing skills. So by reading that minutes, you can able to understand what really happened during the meeting. So the words you wrote, the sentences you wrote, it should be clearly understood by anybody else from the organization. And the last one is any other mode of writing relevant for learners. So apart from that, there is any other mode is writing is important. You should have proper words to be used and proper order should be sequenced and proper official words can be used, official text can be used. Okay. And at last, the basic steps to good communication skills. So as a student, if I wanted to improve my communication skill, what I have to do? If any student will ask, I will suggest this 5 points. You just listen like a hunter. As a hungry person, how he can search for his food. So likewise, you have to listen the words from teacher, friends, or your colleagues. Okay, and connect. You just connect the point. Whatever you hear, you just connect the points, and you can convey it. You can practice it in your day-to-day activities. And practice in the sense, whatever you learn from the classroom, from the teacher's point of view, you should start practicing in everyday activities. And feedback. So have the habit of getting feedback and giving feedback. If somebody is saying something to you, you just give the feedback to him. Yes, this is the word you should pronounce rightly, and this is the word you pronounce very wrong. You should make a correction. Likewise, you have to give feedback to others. And same way, if you would have given any talk, you just ask the audience, give a feedback about me, how I handled the situation, how I spoke. Just give a feedback. If it is positive, some people will have the habit of, if they're getting positive feedback, they will enjoy it and they will forget about the negative feedback. But as a student or as a teacher, please focus on your negative feedbacks. It will help you to improve a good performer in the next for the next activity or for your next developments. And stay positive. So whatever has happened to you, stay positive and be positive. Don't react too much. You just respond to them. Don't react too much. And the last quote I would like to convey: communication is a skill that you can learn. It is like riding a bicycle or typing. If you are willing to work at it, you can rapidly improve the quality of every part of your life. Of course, if you have the passion, if you have the willingness, then you can go ahead. Otherwise, everything happens, but nothing will be improved from your side. So you should have the habit of passion in learning the communication skill and in enhancing the communication skill. Then you will definitely do it. And I would say many people will know about Bill Gates. He's a American business magnate. So you know about him. When I read his autobiography, he quoted that he was the dropout of Harvard University, but because of his poor communication skill or any other skills. And after some years has gone, he tried much from himself. Then he can improve a lot. Then he had achieved his success. So this is the way as a student or as a learner, you should learn and you should practice, you should implement in your day-to-day activities. And some of the good books that I wanted to suggest is Verbal Judo, The Gentle Art of Persuasion by George J. Thompson, and Just Listen, The Secret to Getting Through to Absolutely Anyone by Mark Goldston, and The Crucial Conversations, Tools for Talking When Stakes Are High by Patterson, Joseph Graney, and Ron McClellan at Spitzler. So these are the books that I could recommend you to go through it and to get knowledge how to improve your communication skills. So with this, I would like to conclude my points. Yes, thank you very much for your patience listening, my dear participants. Thank you. If you have any queries, kindly put it in the chat box. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your replies.
Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful presentation.
Thank
Meantime,
you, sir.
I request the participants to put your questions in the chat box. Okay. And nowadays we are also communicating through birds, ma'am. Bird. Can you
Yes,
tell me?
sir.
Can you tell me anybody? Put in the chat box. We are also communicating to a bird, towards a bird. Anybody? We are also communicating to a towards a bird. Anybody is there? Can you tell me that? What is that? Any idea what I'm telling? We are also communicating. Of course, I'm telling about Twitter. Twitter is a very important communication. Like Twitter, your presentation was very fast. Nowadays, the very fast means of communication is Twitter in this world. That's what your presentation is for. Twitter with all hashtags and everything was wonderful presentation. And I can add some of the points. One point which comes to my mind immediately in communication. Uh, Chinese conglomerate Alibaba, the owner, the founder, Jack Ma. If you go on Google it, go and analysis about Jack Ma. The success of Jack Ma is only English. Of course, Chinese are not good in English. But Jack Ma was an English teacher who had a chance to meet some foreigners, especially from US people who came there. He acted as a tourist. He guided them and he attracted towards that people and he went there and he learned and he brought this e-platform, ERP or Alibaba to there. The one success for Jack Ma is a big conglomerate. It's all about his communication skills, which is very important nowadays for everybody. I think so. Where we can it's a two-way process, as you told. All the leaders should learn how to run the good leaders communication. That's good. Some of the questions, ma'am. There's a
Yes, sir.
share your experience that there is a possible to get good score in IELTS. What is Sagai Franklin? IELTS. Not sure.
Okay, so from my experience, I would suggest as a student, when you're writing your exam paper, just focus on your 10-mark questions first, then 5-mark questions and 2-mark questions. If time permits, you can attend 2 marks or you can leave out. The highest marks you can score. So you can focus on your highest mark questions. So that while writing 10-mark questions, give introduction for particular questions and write as synopsis, and you can explain one by one. Please try to create one diagram while attending 10-mark questions, because the diagram alone will have 2 marks or 3 marks for that diagrammatical representation. So as the evaluator, they can able to understand, yes, this diagrams is really good, or this highlighted points are really good, so that you will get good scores. So while explaining 10-mark questions or 5-mark or 2-mark, have the habit of giving introduction, conclusion, and in between the content, you can add diagrammatical representation. You can explain each one of the points, then give conclusion for each and questions you have attended. So this is the suggestion that I would give. Next question from Sagai Franklin. International test service exams. So service exams, the updates will be put it in the common group later. And if you want to test your language skill, you just go to the website called language level, www.languagelevel.com. So in that, you just have a list of questions. You just answer the questions and what is the level you are, what is the grade you are under. You can able to identify your level of English. how to motivate slow learner students from how to motivate slow learner students. So there is a question from Sugna madam. Yes, good morning, ma'am. For the slow learners, how could you motivate them? Instead of saying that you will have 2 arrear paper, you will have 3 arrear paper, you should not say you will have 5 pass, only 2 arrear paper, so that you can concentrate much on your arrear papers. So you just monitor daily. You just ask the student, either you can give the previous year question papers to them and give important questions as an assignment to coach them, and give much focus on the slow learners, so that they can able to get pass marks and get good marks in the next examinations. Yes, any other questions? Yeah.
Shall we move to the? Shall we move, ma'am? Next to the. Valan,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Murugan, sir. Are you there? Valan.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. Yes, sir.
Valan, is that you are giving poll, Valan?
Yes, sir. Sir?
Poll.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's there, sir.
Okay. Murugan, sir. Are you here? Murugan, sir.
So there is one question from Dr. K. Sundaravalli. How to develop reading skill among children? Can you give the tips to follow in day-to-day activities?
Reading skills among the students. You just ask the student, give one title. You just practice in your home. You just give one title and ask the student or boy or girl to search about the topic and give a few sentences. You have to conduct just a minute game to the student. So within 2 minutes, you have to explain about the topic. So this is the way you can improve your children's reading skills. Whatever they read, you can ask the questions from the reading passage. Then you can able to improve their skills.
Shall we wind up, Valan, very shortly?
Yes, sir. Sir, Murugan sir is there.
Yes. Murugan, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Murugan. Just
sir, already I was uploaded all the materials to Moodle. Hello.
Just tell that to the participants.
Only one problem facing some of them message to me. Some of the participants they registered lately, mainly are 10 to 11 faculties. They will soon get user ID and password. I send to sir, and then afterwards they will access. That's only the problem.
Thank you, Murugan. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you, my dear participants. Any issues regarding Moodle, you can approach our Professor Murugan, who is always here to support you. And once again, big thanks to our team and Preethi ma'am. It's a wonderful session that you have given to us. As participants putting, as many people watching in the YouTube, around 30 to 40 people are watching in the YouTube live is going on there. A good response that we are receiving from our participants. I thank all the participants for daily coming up and enriching your knowledge with our team. And I personally thank Professor Preethi for his wonderful effort that she has taken to take the session on communication skill. It's a wonderful presentation. As I told, it's like a Twitter, very fast, quick, informative. That's what I can conclude your session, ma'am. Thank you, my dear participants. Go to the Moodle, download your whatever the material that has been taken here, has been given to you. Please have a glance. We will conduct tests, quizzes will be there, and please kindly cooperate with us for all the examinations. And there is a pop-up. Kindly give your poll, and you can leave the session. Thank you, one and all. We meet you for tomorrow's very important session. One of our professor is taking, and another one is from Dr. Jai Shankar, very senior person. He's a former Vice Chancellor of Kanji University. So I request all the participants to take part in tomorrow's session so that we can officially have a validity session, and further information will be shared to you tomorrow. So tomorrow is the last day where we are meeting in this online platform. I request all the participants to be on time. The time goes beyond also, kindly bear with us. It may go around 12:30 or also. So have a bandwidth, data connection, battery, everything, so that we will be good. There will be good connectivity. So thank you. We'll meet you tomorrow sharply at 11 o'clock.